Today we're here to actually rig up the new EVF from Kinefinity. They sent me over a unit, and this is your first time actually even using an EVF?
Yeah, any EVF. I most of my use cases don't require an EVF. So I've never even played with them. I mean, outside of like my A7S III, just looking through the built-in EVF, I really don't have experience with an EVF. So this will be new for me.
This is cool because Kinefinity, this is their first EVF that has SDI, so you can use it on any type of cameras. Like we have the Red Komodo here, the FX6. This is Colin's rig. Look at that view.
Pretty simple.
And then my guy, the actual Kinefinity Mavo. So we're going to just rig it up on different cameras and see how it works out and see what you think about it.
Let's go.
Pretty simple.
Now, an EVF is not a new invention, obviously, but having a good quality one is really hard to find nowadays with price and features and just the screen quality as well. This product is catered to more professional filmmakers who are using cameras that support SDI. So this is not made for the mirrorless cameras because there's no mirrorless camera right now in the market that has any sort of SDI capability. So you're gonna be looking at your Buranos, your Pixis, your Kinefinity, Sony Venice, Arris, you name it, anything that has SDI, you throw this on there and you're going to get a really pleasing experience.
In an ideal world, you would use this for shoulder rigs.
Yeah.
To get that nice third point of contact, basically with your rods and stuff and your grips and stuff. You have the camera a little bit further back and the shoulder pad centered, and then you just have this pressed against your eye, basically.
Did they have like another little cup? No.
So this is the one,
that's
and
nice.
then the rubber cup's underneath this, so you can actually take that off. There's a rubber cup there.
Nice. Okay. Well, let's fire it up.
Okay, so there's a couple of reasons why I think having an EVF is really important. One being added stability. Essentially, you're adding a third point of contact now when you're operating handheld. Now, of course, if it's on a tripod, you can have your eye against it and you press against it and you can kind of turn that way. But the tripod's giving you the stability. If you're walking around handheld, either on an easy rig, on your shoulder, or against your shoulder, this third point of contact against your face just adds a little bit more stability. When you're out in bright sunlight, this is where this comes in handy. Yes, you can have an ultra bright 3000 nit monitor, but you're still going to deal with glare. You're still going to deal with sometimes just more bulkiness and addedness and overheating. This allows you to get your face right against the image, see the composition, see what your framing and everything looks like. Colors, peaking, making sure you're in focus, which is huge because sometimes even with high bright monitors, you still can't see if you're critically focused unless you're punching in, things like that. So this is where this comes in handy. And then overall, it's just you can kind of strip down your rig. You don't have to run a monitor now. You can go a little bit lighter, have an EVF on there, and that's your image. And you can have your wireless feed to somewhere else if you need it, director's monitor, what have you. So yeah, those are just some of the things that come off the top of my head when using the EVF. There's 3 custom functions, 1, 2, and 3. You can have them laid out however you want. I have peaking, waveform, and then I believe a punch and zoom. I can't remember exactly. And then you have your menu button as well. How you navigate through this menu in the EVF is this little scroll wheel on the back and this up and down dial, and you press in to select to change settings and whatnot. Underneath it, you have a power switch on and off, obviously, a USB-C port for updates, and then your 5-pin LEMO with SDI. And essentially that's it. This lights up white when it's on. When you record, it turns red, and then green means that you're disconnected essentially. Now, the record option only works with the Kinefinity cameras because it has a run stop to 2-pin LEMO option, which powers it as well as controls recording and stopping. But you can reprogram the record button to any other setting that you need.
Does it take a 4K signal, or should I just knock it down to 1080 once?
Go to 1080p.
How's that?
Oh, yep.
Okay.
1080p. Now we know.
Okay, cool. And actually, yeah, I can turn on the info display in there too. If oh yeah, check that out.
Look at that.
Sheesh. I'm just now realizing I could totally kibosh the stock monitor.
Oh, like get it out of here?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't know. That might be a Polish.
that?
That's like a Polish thing, maybe. I don't know what that is.
I've never heard that. Kibosh.
Kibosh. Which I'm assuming if I just turn it on here, it would turn.
It should. Yeah. If you have information going out from the SDI, then it's.
Oh, okay.
Everything will feed to here.
I need to turn the info display back on.
Yeah, but if not, you can do it from here too. So 1 and 2 have waveform and peaking.
Okay, so how do you turn the peaking on?
Come out of that real quick.
Yep.
And press. Just go through here. So press 1. What's that?
Oh, that's peaking.
So 1 is peaking.
Okay, what's 2?
Waveform.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah.
They got a lot of stuff on.
Yeah.
It's very clear.
Very
it's like crystal.
They've always had a very nice, clear image with their EVFs.
That's cool.
So there's also a 1/4-20 inside of this half rosette, and this rosette connects directly to the bracket arm for Kinefinity. Now, this is not universal. This is specifically for Kinefinity, but what is universal, it comes in 2 ways to mount it. You can mount it to their Mavo cage, which has a specific bracket lock to it, or you have a 15mm rod option, which I have here, which gives you actually more flexibility to get it away from to have a much more comfortable position for the camera when it's on your shoulder or what have you. So that's probably the better and more universal option you will probably want to get anyway. There's a variable diopter in here, so you can get the adjustments for your eyes. I'm around about a strength 5 or 6. Now, the thing that's really enjoyable about the Eagle is just how clear this image is. It's very crystal clear. They're calling it micro LED, and it's a 0.7-inch full HD screen, and it's only HD signal, which is completely fine because you don't need 4K right up against your eye. But this is it's so clear. Like, I don't even look at my monitor at times. I just want to make sure I can see what's in here. Now, I haven't put this through any professional settings yet. This was just sent to me for making this review, but I needed an EVF for various reasons. I wanted to make a shoulder rig for my camera, and eventually when I'm just going out shooting stuff, docs, commercial, what have you, this is coming with me wherever I go, because sometimes I just want to focus in and just be immersed in the image.
Well, immediately, here, let me roll. Immediately, I dig the peaking. And I dig that I'm not looking at like my little baby sunhood.
Right, because that would be actually terrible to do right now. It's still pretty bright out here.
It is bright, and I can see it, but there's a lot of, like, obviously glare, you know?
Yeah.
And this is nice. Can you adjust the brightness on this?
Yes, you can actually.
Okay.
In the menu.
Cool.
So it's that button there.
Okay. Image.
It might be image. Right now it's on medium right now, I think.
I think it's, high. Oh,
it's on high. Too bright?
No, I just turned it to high. And it's, that's a lot better, actually. I like that.
Ooh.
Well, and like right off the bat, too, I noticed that, like, the clouds and stuff.
Yeah.
You can still see, like, all the texture and stuff, whereas, like, here on the LCD, it's like...
You have no detail?
You can see it, but it's kind of wiped out. But on here, there's a lot of detail.
And to be honest, the way we built this, though, you have 3 points of contact.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I know why I wanted to use the other follow focus, because I can change the direction.
Oh.
Because I always like to do it where, like, this way is focusing out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It makes no sense going this way and it's going to the infinity.
No, that messes me up bad. Like, okay. The peaking seems a little strong.
Okay, you can turn that down.
Okay, peaking settings. There we go. Color, sensitivity 50. Let's do okay. Now.
Feels better?
Oh yeah, yep, there we are.
Yeah, having strong peaking is not what you want to have.
No, yeah, it's like everything's red.
I'm good. And it's like soft.
Yeah, 25% seemed to be the sweet spot.
Is that the lowest it can go? Is 25%?
25%, yep.
Okay, good to know. I haven't explored that yet.
And here's something that's really attests to Kinefinity as a whole. They really are just working on trying to make the experience seamless and simple. If you watch my full video about breaking down the menus and everything for this, it is so straightforward. I'm excited for the new update that's going to come, firmware 8.0. But it's just the same thing here. It's just get what you need. There's no fluff. There's no bearing to the menus. You probably only go as far as 2 sub menus, your top level and then the second level, and that's about it. Same thing for this camera, unless you really need to dive in for a few things. But it's just a really easy understanding UI and easy understanding just operating system. This is, again, aimed for working professionals who are going to use this a ton. I wish I had this when I was in Peru. I wish I had this when I was traveling abroad. It's so important to have a quality EVF on your camera. So the other EVFs on the market, in case you didn't know, there's the Port Keys. I don't know the exact name, but Port Keys has one. The Zcam EVF, I used to own that. That one was really good too. It had HDMI as well, so you can use it on mirrorless cameras. And then the cream of the crop was always the Zacuto Chameleon, I believe that's what it's called, EVF. And then now we have the Eagle EVF from Kinefinity. So those are the 4 options you have right now. Arri and Sony do have their own EVS specifically for their cameras, so you can't use it on any other cameras because it's a 1-port cable. Now, some of you might be wondering, how do you connect it to your camera with SDI? So they have an option for a 5-pin LEMO to D-tap, and then you have your SDI. It's a really nice braided cable here, as you can see. Let me get my face out of here. And you don't have to get this, but that's what it's needing. You definitely need the 5-pin LEMO for the D-tap. But if you need to have it longer, whatever, it does the job, essentially, so you can actually have it running off of your camera. again, I'm very excited for this product. This is going to be super handy in so many different use cases. So it's going to pretty much live on my camera, especially if I want to strip it down smaller. But are you in the market for EVF? One of the things you need to know about it is a very simple product. So there's really not much more to say than what it is in this video. But let me know what your thoughts below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.
So
these are
really So these are really great from Mid 49. The difference with these is that they don't have arri locking pins. What it does, once you screw it in, it uses friction. So you pull this tab down and it pushes up against and it doesn't budge. Like, it's rock solid.